another session of the Banana Peels Show by Fair2 with your boy Banana. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today we've got another interesting episode, man, coming in. And we've been on a hiatus. Just for a couple of weeks. The last time I was with you guys, I was with my boy Hloni. Shout out Hloni. Looking forward to having him on the next episode, man. Just chopping it up. All things football with the homie. And yeah, today I think we are just going to be diving deep on the transfer window so far, sort of what the big teams in Europe are, where they are, where they should be really, if they should really be looking at more signings with the current transfer window and what's happening right now. So any of your team is, still in the market, which I would imagine it would be, you know what I mean? Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you guys think about your team, where they should be. I mean, it's not a secret. I'm a true red myself. And by true red, this is who I'm referring to. Yep. That's that Manchester United boy. That's that red. That's that true red where all the Liverpool fans at. Shout out. Yeah, man. I think we should definitely get on top of it. I think the football fraternity, I love using that word now. Fraternity, when I'm talking about basketball, I would refer to the whole basketball fraternity. And when it's soccer, I'm definitely going to refer to the football fraternity as well. And it's been very interesting to watch all these transfers happening. But so far, I would definitely rate Liverpool's transfer window a win. They've probably had the best window so far of all teams. And you guys will see my screen. I'm just sharing it as well. You'll see every little bit of detail that is on there as well. Who they've signed, what moves they're making. And ultimately, I'll be grading those moves myself. Just grading them, giving them A or B or a C, ultimately. So, yeah, man, let's definitely get on top of it. I think the one major one was this. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, this man left for Real Madrid, right? And it was not a shocker because I think we all knew it. We all knew about it. We knew it was coming. Liverpool certainly knew about it because, one, Madrid had been touting him for over the past, year now or so. But I think what makes this signing for me and why I have Liverpool, I'm just in so much awe of them, basically, is because it just feels like they're not going to miss Trent. It feels like they're not going to miss Trent. And you barely see teams out there in the market that would lose a player of such a high caliber and replace them with someone who is equal, if not just slightly under their caliber, right? Because Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen arguably has been the best fullback over the past couple of 2 seasons now. 2 years, I'd argue. He's been in the conversation for one of the best fullbacks in the world. And rightly so. His performances have been, very much amazing. So to see Liverpool lose a guy like Trent Alexander-Arnold and actually replace him with the Jeremy Frimpong, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of my team. I'm afraid of everyone in the league. Because they're not going to miss that guy. They're definitely not going to miss Trent Alexander-Arnold right now. Yes, Jeremy Frimpong has to sort of adapt to the Premier League, but he's a good player. Good players find a way, 100%. Good players will always find a way. So that was really, for me, a shocker, I would say. More so than the Florian Wirtz transfer. I think Trent was definitely one of that. We all knew that he was going to leave, fine. But who are they going to get to replace him? and them having signed Jeremy Frimpong, that was just, that was tough for me to watch as the opposite red, you know. At the same time, I'm jealous of how FSG is conducting business and how they've been able to do business and close out deals. Florian Wirtz, Jeremy Frimpong, as you can see, Giorgio Mamadashvili from Valencia is signed with them now as well. Pesci is also signed. So you look at a team like that and you look at the management, you look at FSG, and you can't help but be in awe of such an organization like Liverpool, even though they are my true rival, more than anything. But I'm in awe of how they do business, because I wish that my team could be in that position where we need to do business like that. But we're going to get to that. We're going to get to Manchester United and their woes. But so far, I definitely believe that Liverpool are winning this one. I definitely forgot from Bournemouth, Milos Kerkesh, who has been outstanding in the Premier League as well. Yeah. This is how you do business. This is how you do business if you want to be the best of the best. You know what I mean? And you can't fault Liverpool for wanting to win this one again. They are in pole position right now to either repeat or do better and actually win the European Championship. So either or. It's either they win or it's just going to be a flop of a season for them, even though they've made such, hefty signings. Look at that. That's 140, 169. Wow. They almost spent 200 million so far. Liverpool have almost spent 200 million so far on their transfers. And this is coming from the defending champions. And you expect this from them. You definitely expect them to, reinforce, try to go all in again to defend their championship. And ultimately, the one thing I believe they do need to still make reinforcements on is definitely the centre-back position and the number 9. I think they might just be looking to offload their striker, man. I'm not sure whose name is what his name is. You guys know him? Darwin Núñez. Yes, that's him. I think they might be looking to offload Darwin Núñez and get a proper striker. I really do think that if they get Mark Gahey, I'd be so pissed. I would be so pissed because that puts them definitely again in that top tier of teams that are to beat in the league. And if you guys are getting every good player, who's going to beat you? Who's going to beat them? So I hope that Mark Gahey doesn't go to Liverpool. Crossing fingers, it doesn't happen. I also hope that they struggle for a striker and they make do with what they have, basically, which is still a good team, still a good squad. They won the league last year. And being together again, you can bet on a team to grow together and actually be better together. So far, I'm grading Liverpool as A+ based on their work in the transfer window. I'm not going to talk much about Florian Wirtz. He's amazing. Now all we have to see and sort of imagine is how he fits into that Liverpool squad and how Arne Slot is going to actually set them up. I think that's what's on everyone's mind right now. Where's Florian Wirtz going to play? Who's going to be the number 9? Are you going to have a number 9? Are you going to be playing an all-out attack type of formation with Szoboszlai, Salah, Diaz, and or Florian Wirtz? It's Arne Slot has a big headache coming into the season, but it's a nice headache. It's a nice headache to have when you have such good quality players. So interested to see what Liverpool are gonna eventually get down to, but they get my A+ so far. They are number 1, leading and winning this current transfer window. Meanwhile, Arsenal, the Gunners, they've let go of Nuno Tavares. They've let go of Marquinhos. Jorginho, we've been seeing him play in the club World Cup with Flamengo. Kieran Tierney has left. They haven't signed anyone. They haven't signed anyone, and this is no shot at Arsenal at all. I really do feel like they are in pole position to sign some players. They did good business last year, ultimately, as well. So I really am interested to see who they are actually going to go for eventually. I mean, there was talk about Benjamin Sesko, Gyökeres, Nico Williams, might not happen. Rodrigo has been thrown in the mix as well with the Gunners. So it's really interesting to see what kind of pull Mikel Arteta and Arsenal has, and what type of players are they going to attract, if at all, and what their transfer policy is going to look like. Because there's not much to talk about with Arsenal, right? They haven't signed anyone. So I'm really giving them a C on this one, because nothing to talk about, mate. Nothing to talk about. But really interesting to see what's going to happen with them as well. Outside of that, really, man, Arsenal are just a shame. They're just like Manchester United. I feel for them. And we'll go to Manchester City, who are deemed to be coming back, or are almost back. I think they've completed this Ryan Al-Nouri move right now from Wolves. They've got Diani Reinders. I know one of my homeboys, particularly Sony, wanted Diani Reinders, that is, at Arsenal. Felt he would be a perfect fit for Arsenal. And I think from what I've seen of Diani Reinders right now is that he's a plug-and-play player. And by plug and play, I mean you can put him in any team and he will strive. And that's very, very interesting to see. The fact that they managed to get a player like that who's solid, young, for like 46 million. It was a steal. He definitely was a steal. They definitely are looking to improve their roster at Manchester City. But you wonder if all the talk from Pep Guardiola himself and that team, I mean, he cited last year that they sort of are lacking that motivation, so to speak. They are lacking a sort of grit, hunger that they had probably a couple of years ago that they don't have this year, right? So you wonder if these players coming in, Marcus Bertinelli, Ryan Cherokee from Lyon, who's got a superb left foot, I wonder how much they got him for. I mean, they got him for 34 million, but I wonder how they got him for that much. To me, I'm baffled. I'm baffled that Manchester City were able to get Ryan Cherokee for $34 million. Just doesn't make sense, bro. It really doesn't make sense. But they are looking to also solidify their squad. Wasn't necessarily a poor outing last year for Manchester City, but with their standards, winning everything, winning trebles, winning multiple trophies every year, that previous season would have been a failure for Pep Guardiola, I would imagine, and for quite a lot of new mushroomed City fans. So let's see if they are going to make any moves whatsoever before the transfer window ends. But Manchester City are also looking to solidify themselves as well. And we move over to Newcastle. Well, they have a bit of a conundrum on their hand, because they've got a 25-year-old in Alexander Isak who everyone wants. Oh my goodness, Liverpool wants him too. If Liverpool gets Alexander Isak, I'm done, bro. I'm done for the league next year. Practically, I'm not holding out on anyone winning it except Liverpool. if they get Isak, Liverpool, I'm calling it now, they are going to win the Premiership next year and or the Champions League. So it's either they win the Champions League and the league, or they win either one. But if they get Isak and they get Mark Gahey, there's no stopping Liverpool. There really isn't. But I digress. Newcastle only signed in Antonio Cordero from Malaga. Lloyd Kelly's out. Jamal Lewis is also released. But I think what they do have in their hand right now is whether or not Isak is going to stay with them. They are looking to get him to sign a contract. So let's see how much they offer him. They have money. So let's see how much they offer him. And if he does indeed decide to stay as well. Apparently they want Anthony Langa or Semenyo. So let's see how that one goes as well. Meanwhile, Chelsea made moves. They definitely made moves as well, which you do expect from Chelsea with a big roster that they have. The sort of moving around that they have to do, salaries, the number of players on their payroll. You expect Chelsea to make some moves. Either release some players, sell some players, sign some players. You expect to see that from them. I definitely was not expecting them to sign Liam Delap. But Liam Delap is a good striker. So shout out to Chelsea. They needed a striker. They've had so many failed number 9s over the past couple of years. So hoping that them backing Liam Delap was actually going to, sort of boost them as a team and actually put them in a competitive sort of position as well in the league and in Europe as well. Apparently, they've also agreed a deal. About 55 million plus 5 million in add-ons to sign Brighton forward João Pedro. João Pedro, we've seen play for Brighton, scoring last-minute goals, scoring penalties. It's a very, very good goalkeeper, very, very good striker rather. And they are seemingly in discussions with the AC Milan goalkeeper and French international Mike Maignan. But that hasn't gone down very well. We don't know where that's going to go. They were looking for Alejandro Garnacho, but we're not sure where that's going to go either. So let's see what happens with Chelsea and where they position themselves and how they actually turn out to be. Mamadou Sarr is, for me, that signing from Strasbourg, one of those signings that almost go under the radar almost every year, but he's definitely one to look out for. Mamadou Sarr from Strasbourg. So one to look out for myself, I'd argue. And then we have, oh my goodness, the fallen giant, Manchester United. And I say that with my heart sinking, with the hopes that we are going to see the giant rise, with the hope that we're going to awake the sleeping giant. And so far, I'm hoping that the Mbeumo deal goes through. If it does go through, then it means that in the past couple of months, Manchester United have done good business in making sure that they secure Matheus Cunha from Wolves and finalizing the deal for Bryan Mbeumo. Very, very good players. Now, very importantly about these two players, and what I'd mention as well, which is, I believe, what Ruben Amorim is also looking for. These are two players who have played in the Premier League before. These are two players who are very much aware and adept to the Premier League surroundings, the players, the weather, the country overall. So you really hope that these are two marquee signings that will help propel the team forward. United have a fairly young squad. They have an improving squad. It's a mixture of, you would argue, experience and youth. And I really hope that United get to do more business in this respect. They they are in need of a lot of positions actually. They need a goalkeeper. They need a right fullback. I've got Mateus Cunha on the left. If you got Burma on the right, the strikers are they're not. We're not sure about them, right? No one's sure about the strikers that United currently have. So and this is a big if Rasmus Højlund is indeed bought by Inter, then that's perfect because it'll make room for United to go all in on Victor Gyökeres. So I don't know who's making the decisions right now at United ultimately. However, should I have been in that pole position and be in that position to make decisions at Manchester United, I am definitely looking at that. Am I looking to let go of Rasmus Højlund? And if so, am I going to use those funds to try and redirect those funds towards that deal for Gyökeres? If Sporting Lisbon are saying that they don't want 60 million, I'm willing to add a little bit, 20 million more, for that to go up to 80 million plus 5 million at the very least in add-ons, right? Because players like Florian Wirtz are going for 100 million. I understand that position from the sort of sporting director to say, or president rather, to say, well, we're not letting him go for 60 million. Players in the markets are going for run about that much. If I am signing, as Manchester United, signing Victor Gyökeres for 60 million or 65 million, that's the same deal that Chelsea got for João Pedro, who is arguably not as good as Victor Gyökeres. So why is a player of that caliber not rated highly? I understand that position 100%. So if I'm United, I'm definitely letting go of Rasmus Højlund. Some of those funds I'm funneling back to somehow work out a deal, make sure that I do get Victor Gyökeres on board, and he'll be my main striker. And then all the other players I'm definitely getting out. I'm getting out Rashford, Sancho, Garnacho, Anthony, Casemiro I'm keeping. Despite his high wages, I'm keeping for the experience. So I'm okay with that. And then hopefully we get to sign a good goalkeeper as well. In other news, Tottenham, the Europa champions, soon to be playing in the UEFA Champions League. They've signed Matthias Tel from Bayern Munich, Kevin Danso, and Luka Vuskovic. Ultimately, they've let go of Sergio Reguilon, Alfie Whiteman, and Højbjerg is out as well. Plus Fraser Foster is also released. Not much to talk about with Tottenham because their new acquisition in being Thomas Frank is a very good coach. Despite Ange performing so well, Thomas Frank is a very, very amazing coach as well, who did amazing work with Brentford, and he will be hoping to come in and actually make some interesting changes with Tottenham, particularly because they're playing in the Champions League now. You'll want to see how and what happens to them ultimately. Apparently Eze is a target, which is a dark horse for me as well. Eberechi rather, because anyone can sign him and any team would be a perfect landing spot for him. So I really hope that for Eze, he chooses a good team for himself. But I forgot to grade Chelsea. Chelsea's transfers, I'd rate them a B so far, just because of Liam Delap. A C for Newcastle United, not so much movements there. I'd say B for Manchester United as well, because Mateus Cunha and Burma, those are two signings that, well, Burma is still up in the wind, so if they do make it, then it's a B, but if not, then for now it's just a C. Tottenham, I'm rating that a C as well. They didn't move the needle very much. And then we get to Barca. Now, Barcelona are they've got four goalkeepers. They've got four goalkeepers, man. They've got four goalkeepers right now, and they are arguably one of the deepest squads in Europe right now. Clement Langley, Ansu Fati have left. Pablo Torre, or Oriol Romeu, Iñaki Peña, Paul Victor also set to be leaving. Ter Stegen, we're not too sure what's going to happen to him. Very good goalkeeper, but we're not too sure what's going to happen to him. Christensen, not too sure. Araujo, he's still going to remain, but he might not be the first choice. Firmino Lopez is very, very good. I foresee him being a very integral part of the squad as well, so he'll still remain on there as well. Firmino Lopez. And I don't know about Rashford. I don't know if the rumors are true about Barcelona actually wanting Rashford or not. But if that move still remains on the table, if it does remain on the table, it's going to be an interesting move. It's going to be a very, very interesting move. Not for Marcus Rashford himself, but more so for Barca. And you know what they'll do and what they're willing to do with that kind of player. But so far, they've signed John Garcia, and very, very good goalkeeper from Espanyol. And Alex Valle is gone. Clement Langley, like I said, is a free transfer. He went to Atletico Madrid. I am rating them a B as well so far. Barca. Meanwhile, the rivals, the El Clasico rivals, Real Madrid. They've signed Huijsen from Bournemouth. He's a beast, a super beast, though. Ball playing defender. I don't know how he went under the radar for everyone until Madrid wanted him, and everyone, just started looking at him. They signed Franco Martantuono from River Plate. I don't expect to see him play. He'll be sort of like an Endrick type of situation as well. And of course, they've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who I do think, they'll rely on him. However, I don't see him being an integral part of the team just in the first year, unless he has a super season, a super first season, just like how Jude Bellingham had, right? But he can speak Spanish fluently, so we know that adapting is going to be very much easy for Trent. Bringing in a person like Huijsen and bringing Alexander-Arnold might not be enough for Real Madrid to get over that hump, right? And I'm interested to see what's going to happen and how Xabi Alonso sort of revitalizes this team. If they can keep the same players with the different outlook, different mentality, and with the type of coaching that Xabi Alonso has, then they might not have to do anything in the transfer market. They actually might just be the sleeper who everyone's not looking at to go out and win it all. I'm talking championship in terms of the Champions League and, of course, the La Liga. So they're definitely one of those for me. They are a dark horse, are Real Madrid. And I'm not too finicky about their transfers because they still have their squad. A bulk of their squad is still very much active. They haven't really made anything, any significant changes, that is. Luka Modric is released. Luka Vasquez and Jesus Vallejo. All three players who have been integral for the history of Real Madrid over the past couple of years. But they didn't lose much. You know what I mean? So I'm also going to grade them as a B because of those two defenders they signed, Dean and Trent. And that was very, very good business. So let's see what more they actually do lock up on. And then Atletico only signed Juan Musso from Atalanta, Clement Langley. They released Axel Witsel, Reinaldo, and Arthur Vermeeren. And Azpilicueta is also released, by the way. Um, I don't know. They are a bit of an enigma for me, are Atletico Madrid, because what else do they need for them to get over the hump? What do they need for them to get over the hump? It's a tough one. It's a tough one because it looks like they have a very good, solid squad. Their run in the previous season in the Liga was very, very good. They gave Barca and Real Madrid a run for their money. They obviously fell untimely to, I believe it was Real Madrid. Yeah, it was. They fell untimely to Real Madrid in the Champions League this past year. But they are that team that sort of lingers in the background, and you expect so much from them, but they don't really pitch, and they don't really, come to the party, which is highly disappointing because so many Atletico Madrid fans in the world right now, and we love to see their growth. We love their coach for sure, but it should translate to, at the very least, some winning. I'm going to rate them a C for their transfer. They still need to do a lot more. Meanwhile, we've got Bayern München. Bayern Munich signed Jonathan Tah from Bayer Leverkusen. Good signing. They needed a centre back, so that was very, very good. They've also got Tom Bishop from Hoffenheim. Also very good signing. And still not much move. There's still not much move from them, actually. They've let go of some players, so that means they do need to replace a lot of players. Matthias Tell is gone. Krasich is gone. Gabriel Vidovic is gone. Leroy Sané is gone. Eric Dyer is gone. Arion Ibrahimovic is gone. And the great Thomas Müller, of course, the space invader, is also gone. He's released. So, I mean, Bayern, yeah, they are also an enigma for me because over the past couple of years, they haven't really done anything. They haven't made any major moves. I know they were pursuing Nico Williams, so let's see how that goes. Apparently, Bacola is also looking to join them. Let's see how that goes. I think they've just done that. I think they've just signed Jamie Gittins as well. Or if not, Jamie's headed to Chelsea, I think. They are in the also look out for Rafael Leao. So, yeah. Bayern are very timid now, it looks like. And very sad to see from all these sort of previously big teams that are now sort of lurking under the radar like Bayern are. This is not very good business from them. Not making very solid signings as well. So let's see how this one goes. I'm gonna give them a C as well for their rating, and yeah, let's see if they are able to win again and win the Bundesliga. And then we've got Bayer Leverkusen. They've got Ibrahim Maza. Maza. Yeah, Maza is amazing. Mark Flecken, Tim Omen, and Axel Tape. And of course, Florian Wirtz is out. Frimpong is out. Odilon Kosunu is out. Gustavo Puerta, Luka Nodovsky, Tim Omen, of course. This is a different one, not Bochum. Stepano, Artem, Onyeka, Francis, and Jonathan Tah. They don't have Xabi Alonso anymore. They are going to be an entirely new team. They have, although, signed the former manager of Manchester United. The former Manchester United and Celtics coach. I'm sorry, the former Ajax coach, rather. But I wonder if he is even the perfect coach for them. because, taking over from Xabi Alonso is very tough. Very, very tough, especially with what he has achieved so far with Bayer Leverkusen. To sort of replicate that is going to be very tough. It's definitely going to be very tough. So I'm really interested to see what that one is going to look like. When you see a guy like Erik ten Hag go to a team like this, and after so much scrutiny that he got over the past, year or so, or 2 years when he was with Manchester United, was unfair. You wonder if that got to him or not, but we, you just hope for the best for him. And then the Liverpool defender, Jarell Quansah, he's seemingly going to be joining Bayer Leverkusen as well, living Liverpool, of course. He's a young man, good defender. Let's see how that one goes. I'm going to give them a B. Just because of all the work they've done, releasing players, signing coaches, not just one player in, or two players in, but they've done solid business. Whereas the defending champions, Paris Saint-Germain, they haven't done any business so far. They've only let go of Yoram Zag to Copenhagen. Outside of that, it's been very quiet. You could argue that the coach, Luis Enrique, he is fine, or he's comfortable with this setup right now. We don't know if Gonzalo Ramos is going to leave, if Bacola is going to go to Bayern, and whether or not Donnarumma is going to go anywhere. But I think Kolo Muani is going to probably sign a permanent deal with Juve. Milan Skriniar is probably not going to, remain with them. Marco Asensio and Carlos Soler as well. So let's see how it goes with the defending champions. But so far, I'm rating them a C because they haven't done any business whatsoever. It's been a very quiet window for them. So that's a C for them. Whereas Napoli did amazing business. They've got Luca Marianucci from Empoli. They've got Kevin De Bruyne. And, they are defending champions right now. So to see them do any business whatsoever and add on, they are apparently looking to add Alejandro Garnacho as well. But let's see how that one goes. Antonio Conte is a very, very good coach. Surprises many people, to say the least. Where you don't really expect him to shine, he shines, he thrives. It was good to see what he's done actually with this Napoli team going under the radar like that and actually winning the Scudetto. Let's see how they operate next year in the Champions League and, of course, in the Scudetto, the Serie A. Inter Milan signed, on the other hand, the previous finalist, last year's finalist in the UEFA Champions League, Luis Enrique from Marseille, Petar Sosic from Dinamo Zagreb, Nikola Zalewski from Roma, Satriano is out, Stankovic, Joaquin Correa, and Marko Arnautovic. Not surprising there. I wonder if they are going to go for Rasmus Højlund. I hope they do, so they can get him out of our hands. Unless Rasmus proves us all wrong next year and performs extremely well for Manchester United and we don't need to let him go. Let's see how that one goes. But I'm also giving them a C. Do Inter. And you've got Juventus, who've signed Nico Gonzalez, Lloyd Kelly, Pierre Kalulu, Michel Di Gregorio from Monza. Nicola Rovella is gone. Nicolo Fagioli is gone. Luca Pellegrini rather, and Hans Nicolucci Cavigli is also gone. Vlahovic and Muani, they are probably hovering above them. They will want to get that and get those deals done. They will definitely want to get those deals done sooner than later. Just to make sure they've got that, on lock for their strikers. If not, those two players will be looking to, if I was them, I'll be looking to see what other teams have to offer me. And I'll be possibly looking to play elsewhere outside of Juve. So shout out to Juve, but I'm giving them a C as well because they are all over the place and you don't see these signings moving a needle for them. So really they are not doing very much. Outside of that, they would hope that they are going to go back to finally challenging in the Scudetto. If not, tough luck. They might just be in for another year or two of not winning at all, with Napoli, of course, bulking up, having some extra additions on their team, a winner in Kevin De Bruyne, and of course Inter not slowing down either, making some signings. So let's see how that one goes with all the teams in Europe in and around for this current transfer window. It's been an interesting one, but so far the only team that's got an A for their signings and their business is Liverpool, which is not surprising, having brought in Florian Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong, two of the best players under that Leverkusen team. So let's see how it goes. Shout out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about your team's performance so far. Who you guys want to who you guys want to be added to your team. Who you guys think should be added, of course, to your teams. I don't have a wish list when it comes to Manchester United anymore, personally. Only because the wish list for Manchester United can get very, very dreamy very quickly, and you end up not seeing exactly what it was for. It can just end up being that, just a wish list. And I don't want that. I don't want to have a wish list for Manchester United. I just want them to surprise me. God, they get players. Hopefully the players that are gonna, be good for this team. So yeah. Shout out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, subscribe on this channel. The Banana Peels Show. It's been lovely chopping it up with you guys. Thank you for watching the channel. And shout out YouTube, man. Catch me on Instagram. That's banana_peels. That's the Banana Peels Show. I'll drop down the links for you guys. You guys can follow me on Insta. You can follow me on X. That's Twitter. And that'll be the same. Banana Peels Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll catch you in on the flip side. With the next episode, we're going to be talking basketball. Oh, wait. Let me fetch it. Alright, next episode. This is what we're doing. We're hooping. Bro. Shout out. Peace.